Welcome back to Oh God,
Please,
not another podcast.
Okay, JoJo Siwa.
Dream guest on my podcast. Well, I don't know. Let's spice things up again. Brailey Linderman.
Yeah. Hi, guys.
What are we wearing, Brailey?
We are wearing the new merch that Josh designed on my favorite brand of hat.
Yes, you do love a Cobra, a high A-frame hat. You know, 5-panel. They're embroidered, very nice. Yeah, it reads OGP NAP, which stands for Oh God, please, not another podcast. Who would have thunk?
No, I love Cobra hats. They're the only ones. My head's big. Josh's head is really big.
Yeah, like a melon.
And the way that this sits, it sits deep and it sits just at like the tip of my ears, and that's my favorite.
Yeah.
So my elf ears don't.
Yeah. Yeah, and you are into elf ears. You like going to Ren fairs and doing that kind of thing.
Okay, no, I've never been to a medieval fair or anything like that, but I would. I would love to go.
You would. I feel like that would tie in really well with just your whole like fantasy book reading and things like that. Like I feel like you could maybe meet like a centaur there with hockey hair, or whatever.
Is that bestiality?
Yeah, half of it.
Yep. Yeah, I would be.
It's dabbling. It's dipping your toes in the water of bestiality. It's not full on Peter the Dolphin and that lady. But,
Oh God, I've never read a book with a centaur in it, but I've read a book with fairies in it. But they're not fairies; they're big, like muscular men with pointy ears and wings.
Kind of like me. I was some people consider me a fairy.
Me,
I
I told you that.
Yeah.
You were yesterday.
Yeah, you told me I'm a pencil dick fairy or something like that.
A pencil dick little fairy.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Yeah. But yeah, guys, we got this merch. It's really cute and we love it.
We'll have some more and stuff as time goes on, but we're just this was for us kind of. We were just like we need another hat, and I needed a white hat with a black rope on it. So.
Yeah, I love this hat so much.
Yeah, it's very good. So we have some of them though. If you want to order them, I think we're pricing them at what, $25 or $30?
$67.
Yeah, I don't know. We just got to recoup our money.
That's
all. Yeah. We're not trying to get rich. Just
all that we've
recoup.
spent on all of this. No, I love this hat. I love merch. I'm a merch girl. Well, today I'm wearing my Olympic shirt because the Olympics start tomorrow.
Yeah, and you're very excited about that.
I'm so excited for the Olympics. I love the Olympics.
See, I'm all about the Winter Olympics, and I'm not, but nobody is, so I kind of want to be. I'm not actually really about any of the Olympics because I don't like to be reminded about things that I'm not able to do.
Yeah, well, but now, you're at that age where your friends' kids could go one day and you can go. If like my kid goes to the Olympics, I'll invite you and we can go cheer them on.
I will not be going.
Okay.
It's going to be in some place. It's going to be like in... I don't know. Well, they already did Beijing. They already did. Mm-hmm. Where else could it go?
It goes to LA next time.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll make LA because I'm from there. So.
Okay, well, let's go to Josh.
What?
Let's go to the Olympics in 2038.
Okay. If we're still friends in 2038, we'll go to the Olympics. I feel this dwindling. As a friendship. I feel like. We'll be lucky to make it to 2025.
Yeah, I agree. No, really, I'm assuming they'll just recycle places at this point.
Right, like because you like, I don't know, or what do you think? Do you think one day we'll get like, it's in Pyongyang, North Korea?
No.
Well,
it was in South Korea.
Yeah, it was in South Korea.
What, 2021, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know the dates, but I think it was. Was it Seoul?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know either. Yeah. But yeah, I love
Once
the Olympics.
Again, we're American. We're very like geographically ignorant.
Okay, but to be fair,
7 continents. Name them all right now.
Okay, Antarctica.
1.
South America.
Yes. Wait. Yeah.
North America.
Yep.
Asia.
Yep.
Europe.
Yep. How many is that?
That's 5.
Africa.
Oh yeah, Africa.
And It's another A.
It's another A. Antarctica, Asia,
Australia.
Ha!
Yeah.
Got him. People do street interviews all the time though in Europe, and they'll be like, "Okay, name 5 states," and they're like, "What is a state?" So you're kind of like,
yeah.
"Are we all just stupid?"
Oh, like Colombia.
What?
Yeah.
But speaking of the Olympics, real fast, I just watched, and I know you'll never watch it, but I just watched
Maybe.
Simone Biles like Rising something.
Oh,
It's on
I've
Netflix.
seen it.
It was so incredibly good.
I watched the Dallas Cowboys cheerleader
Watch
thing.
that too.
No, I didn't watch it.
Oh, okay.
I didn't watch that either. But I'm sure all great things.
Yeah.
Simone Biles is such an athlete. It's great. And how old is she now? And just to be
27.
competing like that, how she is like still.
Well,
So
it's crazy because she was talking about in the documentary, obviously, when she had that mental block in 2021.
Yeah.
And they were talking about, and like all of these white men on like these sports channels are like, that's quitting. She's just a quitter. She can't
Yeah.
handle the heat. And like
Yeah.
an actual person came on that runs like Olympic gyms. And she was like, no, you can literally die. You will land on your neck and you will die.
Yeah.
And so she went on to tell her story, which is really cool. But it also brought out a lot of things that were like, how, Black women were not represented really well in the Olympics. And when they were, it was never about their athleticism. It was about like their hair and stuff.
Oh, yeah. That's crazy.
Isn't it crazy? Like Gabby Douglas won the all around in 2012. And when she was standing on the podium, like her hair wasn't perfectly in place. And there were more tweets about her hair than there were about her winning gold.
That's
at
like
the
when
Olympics.
like Obama wore the tan suit and that was like the big, everyone's like, a tan suit on a president? What? The world is on fire.
How dare they?
You're like, yeah, it gets worse than that. Trust me. You got to fast forward a few years. It gets way worse than the tan suit.
It's pretty bad. Yeah, it's really good. Highly recommend it. Please go watch it. It's really, really, really good.
All right, I will. Yeah, I'm excited for the Olympics. Lori Hernandez is over there. She's hosting and commentating. Yeah, she's doing some of that. So that's cool. She's over in Paris right now.
Paris, je ne sais pas parler français.
Yeah, so that's exciting that's coming up. My neighbors, they want to do they're like, everybody pick a country. And then my one neighbor across the street, he's like, of course, everybody's going to want to pick America. And I was like, not really. I was like, I'll pick another country. I don't care, dude. Like
Australia?
Yeah, I'll pick whatever. I was like, I'll pick Italy. I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
That's where like my family's from. So.
I love watching swimming because there's that huge heated, competition between
don't they
Australia
have to
and
go
America.
in the I don't know the name of it, but it's like that dirty ass river.
No, that's not where they'll swim, but that's where they will do like rowing and things like that.
But they are doing
so gross.
surfing, right? But it's in like Tahiti or something.
Yeah, it's like in Hawaii.
It's like,
I almost said Hawaii. They got Tahiti or something. It's really pretty.
I know. I was like, dude, I'd want to be on the surf team. It's like, apparently Paris is a shithole. Like
That's what I've heard.
And it's just like there's trash everywhere. Like we've been sold a lie. Thanks a lot, Mary Kate and Ashley.
Passport to Paris. No, they were like protesting them doing anything in whatever the river, whatever that runs through there, to the point where like everybody was like on the same day at the same time, we're all gonna shit in the river.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It was a protest. Yeah. And I'm like, man, we don't have, we have protests here in America, but we've never done a collective shit. Maybe
we don't all shit together.
Maybe that would change the course of history,
You know what? Maybe
Let's
we'd all
think about it. You would need to like take Miralax every day for a week in advance. Like, I gotta time this out.
Man, all the IBS people show up.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
It's just
dude, just people eating ice cream. Like, sponsored by Ben and Jerry's.
People emptying their colostomy bag.
That happened at Kid Rocks. We talk about that. Yeah.
Yes.
About the guy who swung it around.
And that's why Kid Rocks is
what a
so
party.
gross.
I know. I feel, yeah. Just get a check. If you've ever been there and like sat on a toilet there, get checked out. You probably want to get an STI check just to be sure.
Just to be sure. Oh my gosh. My friend's parents were in town last weekend and they were talking about how her dad goes, well, I'm a Republican. And I was like, no way.
Yeah, dude.
And
that's
he goes,
crazy.
but I'm not like MAGA. I'm not a MAGA person. And we went to a Kid Rock concert and there were MAGA people there. And I'm like, duh.
Yeah, he plays the Republican National Convention. That and then Hulk Hogan. That was
God.
amazing. I was like, dude, hell yeah, brother.
Hell yeah, brother.
Like, he rips up. But what was funny is he had a commercial, like he's been trying to like sling this Hulk Hogan beer. He's like, this is for all Americans. I don't care if you're a Democrat, a Republican, or whatever, like, and then like he goes like the next week and he's like, screw all the, it was like, does anybody believe in what they say anymore? They're just like, whatever I can do to grift. I just need to sell something.
I picture like the RNC being like a circus delay thing, but it's like a freak show. Does that make sense? Like everybody there just has something to say and they're screaming the whole time.
There's a lot of screaming, but I watched C-SPAN the other day. I watched them, both sides basically call for the resignation of the lady who's in charge of the Secret Service. And she did resign.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. They were both, everybody was like, you should be ashamed of yourself. Like, yeah. It's crazy.
Yikes.
Yeah. Pretty crazy.
America's
crazy times.
Is I didn't have anything that's on the bingo card of this year is not at all what has happened.
I had the free spot in the middle, and that's
and like Biden dropping out, Kamala Harris coming in, like it is what we are living through historical event after historical event after historical event, and I'm a little bit tired.
Well, basically, all of life is a historical event.
Yeah, at this point.
Well, the history is just the past, so.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess maybe just historical events used to be more boring. I don't know. There's some pretty exciting ones in there.
I just didn't know anything about them.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, you got to think about like how much information it would be so interesting. I remember my psych professor in college, like talking about like how, you're going to see people end up eventually going to rehab for their phones because of like the dopamine you get, like in its releasing or whatever. But it would just be interesting to see what the brain, like from somebody now to like somebody from like the 1950s is like, because you're just taking in so much information all the time. Like, of course everybody has anxiety now, like, of course, like you're just everything has to be catastrophic. And that's like the news is all very much like, everything has to be like hyped up in order to like get people to tune in. But like, man, I've definitely chosen, I feel like now, to just like sit back and be quiet and like not like jump on anything too quick, because I'm just like, I gotta see where this goes, because
I do like sitting back and just seeing things unfold.
Yeah.
And when you just stop caring, it makes it a little bit more fun.
Right. I'm not watching a lot of news anymore. I'm like, when people will talk to me about things, and I'll be like, had no idea. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually that's a little bit of a problem for me too, though, because I didn't know that hurricane hit Houston, and that like
there was a hurricane in Houston.
Yes.
Oh,
and like my family had no power for like a week. There was flooding. Their neighbor died.
Okay. Yeah. And there was something about the Astros, like where the stadium was taking all the power, and like it still didn't they were like funneling all the power to the Astros stadium, and it kept people like in this extreme heat wave without power for like 2 weeks, I think, or something.
Yeah,
like that.
I didn't know. I had to call my cousin last week and be like, I do care about you. I apologize.
I just don't really stay informed very much anymore.
Yeah. No, any information I get now is like through the passing of TikTok.
Yeah, TikTok.
But I also had to download an app recently to put like a time limit on apps, because it really is. It's just a life-sucking hole where you just start.
See, I have like a pretty good natural one in my head where I'm just like, this is all bullshit. None of this matters. And then I just like, I'll stop. It's kind of like the, what was it? I don't know. Biblical thing where they, is it Ephesians? I don't know. Where he just says like vanity, everything's vanity, or whatever. Mm-hmm. Like, that's kind of how I feel about like all this shit. I'm like, man, people just really like to hear themselves talk. It's like,
it's so fun.
You don't need, as we're saying this on a podcast.
I know. Just yapping away. If you were president, Josh, what are
if I was a president? That's to my If I Was a Boy by Beyonce.
What are your 5 unhinged laws you would make?
Ooh, unhinged laws?
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm trying to
don't
think.
make them serious. Don't be like,
no,
put all white people in jail.
Yeah, that's it. Unhinged laws. I would probably death sentence for anybody who speaks on speakerphone at a restaurant. I would also probably sentence to death if you talk over a song that I'm trying to show you or a video because you think what you have to say is more important. Death sentence for it's all death sentences.
I noticed the pattern.
Yeah. For me, it's very much get with the times or die.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I need 3 more.
Just give me 3. Give me one more.
One more. I probably just like get rid of the influencer altogether.
Ooh.
It's illegal to be an influencer. You're actually not allowed to do that anymore. Like, I don't need any fit tea. I don't need any of that. Like, don't sell me BetterHelp. BetterHelp's also terrible. I don't know. Like,
I heard that it is.
I don't want to.
But what if they sponsor?
I don't care. I will never take it. I have had personal experience with them. I've had people I love have experience with them. And there's some fucking douche sitting in his car eating chow mein. He's like, "Oh, tell me about your problem." And it's like, you're not helping anybody. You're doing this for some extra side money. And also, what's up with all the people that we went to school with that became marriage family therapists? You know that they should not be marriage family therapists. And why do we have so many MFTs? Like, we need real psychologists.
Josh, I'm literally watching you start out as a small snowball and you're just like, and then
I'm getting fired up now, dude. There's too many MFTs. There's too many motherfucking T's. All right? I don't know. Like, don't you want somebody like, I think we should have more specialized therapists, like, like people that do like behavioral things and stuff like that.
Agreed.
Like, there's too many and you know what's weird? And I know that, like you have faith or whatever, but like a lot of them always try to lead you back to like maybe you should just pray about it. And I'm like, maybe.
I mean, if you go to Christian therapist, now they have.
But no, a lot of the MFTs are like, so like they always.
Mine's not.
Yeah. Well.
What if? No. Yeah.
Because I'm just like, that's inappropriate, dude.
It is
like that's like,
inappropriate.
you like also like people should have the freedom to believe whatever they want. You know what I mean? Like
Agreed.
I hate that we've tried to like Constantine try to make this all one religion, and it's like, no, like people, that's not what this is about. This is a melting pot. This is like, people should have the ability to believe what they want, like whatever God they want to believe in, or no God if they don't want to believe in anything. Like, don't try to make everybody look through the same scope as you. That's like how you literally start revolutions. Like, yeah. I mean, I don't know. Like,
and it is funny. A lot of these Christians who do feel the need to like stand on streets and yell at people, or people who feel the need to put Christianity in schools and all that stuff. Like, that's, if you actually read the Bible, that's literally the opposite of what God did to get followers. Like, literally all he did was exist and be kind and love people, and he showed it through action rather than condemning. And people forget that. People forget that Jesus was an immigrant. They forget all of that stuff. So it's really crazy that this war of like religion and feeling the need to you're not, long story short, you're not saving people, you're actually hurting people. And
I feel like you create you're creating hard lines in the sand, which like, I don't know, that leaves no room for discourse. That leaves no room for like talking to somebody, or like even showing them love. Like, that was like my biggest thing with like leaving the church. I was like, wow, this is really not about showing people love at all. Like, this is going the opposite. It's kind of like being like, it's us against the world. Yeah. And it's like, but we live here. Like, what are we supposed to do?
And there are a lot of Christians and like people who are religious that aren't that way, that are more like, who do want to live in a society where
I love like Richard Rohr, if you've ever
like it's just that the people who aren't like that are just the loudest people. So it's hard so I totally understand why people like turn away from religion. I completely understand it. But when you find the people that aren't those extreme people who are doing the opposite of what Jesus was intending, then it opens your eyes to different things. Yeah.
I mean, I do feel like now we're having a lot of people choose kind of the secular humanist route, or, you're just like, which is basically all things that Christ stood for, minus the religion. You know, like it's like loving people, like being a good humanitarian, like treating people right, treating people fairly, standing up for the poor, helping the poor, like, you know, like all those kind of things, but without like all the like, oh, well, you went to a gay person's wedding. Now I can't talk to you. You know, like,
and I had a great time.
Yeah. You're like, wow, it was the most well-designed wedding I've ever been to.
If you actually read the Bible, Jesus is so progressive. He's so
progressive.
He is so.
Well, you got one
of
them liberal Bibles, you know. That,
I don't think so. I don't think I do. Yeah. I know translated in like I got the woke.
The Biden Bible.
It has the opposite of the 10 Commandments in it. It has like
it's like thou shall kill.
Thou shall go to the gay bar.
Thou shall slay.
It's true. But yeah. Great. Okay, so everybody, when Josh runs for president, just know that everything is a death sentence.
It's really my way or the highway. So. But I don't want to ever be president because I don't think sane people really want to be president. That's my 2 cents, because I think there's something about wanting to be in charge of that many people that you're like, it's kind of an egomaniac kind of thing. And I just think I don't know. Like, why did Biden want to be president? Like, that dude is so old. Like, why did he was like, yeah, it's my time now.
I know. I don't know. I would never, there is not anything about.
That's all ego to me.
All I want to do is just be in the White House for a little bit and like have Abraham Lincoln's ghost haunt me for just a little bit. Because apparently he does haunt the halls of the White House.
Yeah. He's tall too. He'd be scary.
He's the Hat Man.
And secretly maybe closeted. There's a lot of that. He wrestled a lot with his friend from college. I'll say that.
There obviously back then so many people were gay. You just never knew it.
James Buchanan is apparently one of the first. I think it was his niece who served as his first lady. He was never married.
That's weird.
Yeah.
That's interesting. How much time do we have left on this one?
5 minutes.
Okay, cool. If I was president, not that you asked.
No, but I want to ask. Sorry, we just got off on a tangent.
Yeah. I would make work week a 4-day week. Has to be 4-day week. And then once you're clocked out, it is illegal to contact your employers.
Ooh, I like that. Mm-hmm. People take so much advantage nowadays.
Yeah.
Like employers,
I would make it illegal that you have a minimum required sick days. And I also would allow women to take 3 or 4 days off when they start their period. Or like work from home, or just be like, I got cramps.
Sometimes I get a little gassy. I wonder if I could.
You could.
If I could. Okay, that's cool. I like that, and I think if you break those laws, death.
Death. I do think that there should be 1 day a week where, like, maybe it could be a Sunday where everything is closed, like except for essentials like grocery stores, maybe. But there's like certain hours where people could go.
So you're initiating Chick-fil-A law.
Yeah, somewhere where like just people get at least just 1 day with the rest of the world.
But think about if everything's closed, Brailey.
Yeah, Christmas.
No, Chinese food places are open on Christmas. Gas stations are open on Christmas.
Yeah.
Walmart's open on Christmas.
But I'm saying, I'm saying like if you're owning your own business and you want to stay open, sure, whatever. But like corporate and stuff, just don't. And the day after Christmas should be still a holiday.
Do people? Oh yeah, people go back to work.
Yeah,
Christmas. That's crazy.
Like retail and stuff, you're back in the stores. And this is coming from somebody who works retail, and maybe that is why my views are jaded.
So I don't really. Like I said, remember last week when I was like, I don't even know if it's a weekend or not right now.
Yeah.
That's because I do work on my weekends and I do work during the week. I just kind of work whenever I need to work.
Yeah, I didn't have anything to do this past weekend, and I was like, what? You
should have hit me up.
No. Oh, no,
Why?
Tom and I went to go look at cars because his car.
Oh, yeah. Tom's car is
a toy car.
Yeah.
Essentially. It's so old. And Tom and I don't agree on the same car. I know it's going to be his car.
Yeah. Why are you even weighing in on what he's going to have to drive?
I know Tom. I know he wants a truck so badly.
Let's
I know
get Tom
he does.
A sports car.
No. Tom drives.
Let's give him something for the ladies, for the babies.
Yeah. So, and I know he wants one. He's like, it's just not practical. And I'm like, screw practicality. The world's about to end anyways. If you want a damn truck, get a truck. And not even in like a big truck, just like a regular
just get like
truck.
a Tacoma or something. Those are great trucks.
We did actually look at those. Yeah.
Those are great trucks. I love them. I would get a Tacoma. Courtney wants a truck too. She likes trucks.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What does she drive right now?
The Element, which is kind of like a truck in the sense of like all the seats in the back fold up, like, it's like a square box.
Yeah.
The Element has such a huge cult following though. Like you can still sell it for a lot of money. It's an '06.
Element. I gotta look
The
at
Honda
it.
Element.
That's not the hamster car, is it?
No, that's a Kia Soul.
Oh.
But in the same vein of but yeah, they have a huge
yeah. They kind of look like a Kia Soul a little bit.
Yeah, they're nicer than Kia Soul for sure.
Yeah, he was looking at like not Focus, like a Ford Edge and stuff. Like, Tom, you literally don't fit.
He loves the Edge. He's a big Edge guy. He's into edging.
Ew, Michelle, no. Don't look what that means. Don't look up what that means. Don't do it.
No, edging. EDG.
No! Oh, my poor
That's
mother-in-law.
on TikTok. Everyone's talking about edging lately. That's something like the
Ew. Ew. Hey, guys.
Yeah, now we'll start the second.
I was talking, well, I won't go into it. I wanted to ask the prompt, and we did yesterday. I got a few good answers of if you could have, lunch or hang out with somebody for a day, dead or alive, who would it be? Because recently, Ariana Grande said, I thought it was Ted Bundy. It was Jeffrey Dahmer, which is almost worse.
Yeah, I mean, he would have her for lunch.
Yeah, literally.
If she was a boy and black.
And,
He mostly killed young black men.
Yeah, and which is so weird.
Yeah. That Dahmer series was really good on Netflix. Did you watch that?
I didn't watch it.
It was good.
No.
It was good, but it sucked. I mean, he lived in a low-income area basically because that's what he would kill people, and he knew the police wouldn't report there. And there were people who lived in the complex who were kept trying to call the police on him. They're like, it smells terrible. I hear screams. And they're like, yeah, sure you do. That just happens, Yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah. So she wanted to have lunch with.
Very cool, Ariana. Very cool.
And who would you choose, Josh?
Who would I choose? I said Anne Frank, but it'd probably be a quiet lunch. It's in the attic,
Why would it be in the attic if she came back now?
Oh, it's now?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought I was going back. I thought I was meeting them.
You're just sitting in the attic with her whole family.
And I was
like,
hey guys, do you have anything other than tea? Because it's I don't really like.
No, Anne, I don't want to read your diary.
Yeah, no, stop trying to push your diary on me. I'm good. Thank you.
So would you, is Anne Frank your answer?
No, it's not really. But didn't Bieber do something at the Anne Frank house or said, I don't know. There was something people have just done.
Because celebrities are just
they're not the smartest. We don't make the smartest people famous because the smartest people would be boring.
Yeah, that's true. That is so true.
We want to be entertained. That's the thing is I was just reading something about how we're just so addicted to being entertained now that we don't really actually give a shit about anything. That's why we are in the position we're in is because we just want to be entertained.
Yeah.
Like Gladiator. Are you not entertained?
What a weird
maybe him
point in time. Him?
Yeah.
Gladiator?
What's his name in the movie?
Russell Dickerson. That is a country singer.
No, the actor is Russell Crowe. No. Maximus is his name in the movie.
Oh, I haven't seen it in so long.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Josh would choose Anne Frank.
No, I would choose.
It could be dead or alive. It could be alive. They could be
alive. But real, not like a fictional character.
I mean, do you want to throw in a fictional character?
I don't know. The Terminator came to mind.
Oh, okay.
Arnold Schwarzenegger seems cool though. Maybe him.
That would be kind of fun. Yeah.
He's done so much, and it's he was such 7-time Mr. Olympia, and then had this crazy career as
he's governor.
Yeah, and then he was governor of California, where I used to live. When I was a kid, he was our governor. That's so weird to be
I was trying to do his accent.
And you went rawr.
It didn't work.
California. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do.
Yeah,
that was
but
weird.
it came out as rawr.
That was so fucking weird.
Yeah, who would you have lunch with, dead or alive?
If you know me, you know I choose Abraham Lincoln.
What is your obsession with Lincoln, man? I don't get that.
I don't know. Well, one, because I love learning about Civil War history.
Okay.
My dad and I, go to Gettysburg and all that stuff. He was the reason why slavery was ended.
Yeah. I don't think the intention was as pure as you think it
I think it was pretty evident that he was raising the taxes on
I think
slaves.
it was pretty economical.
No, he raised it, but if you look at it, he raised the taxes on slaves so that people couldn't afford it anymore, and that's what started the Civil War, where people are like, you can't raise taxes, and he was like, well, sorry, I'm doing it. And maybe I would tell him, like, hey, don't go see that play. It's terrible. It had a 1-star rating. I would not recommend it. And then he wouldn't go and just see how time changes.
Do you really think it would change that much?
I think everything could alter history anything could alter history if you...
Have you ever seen The Butterfly Effect?
Yeah, I have. Well, I've seen it with Ashton Kutcher.
Yeah, it was Ashton Kutcher.
It was so good. Actually, I don't remember a lot of it, but I do remember him reading a journal or something and going back in time.
I don't know.
No, I do think that anything could alter. If you went back and changed anything, it would alter some type of reality today.
Yeah.
I
mean, what we do right now could alter reality.
Yeah, if I could go back 5 minutes ago.
Yeah. I think about if I could go back 2 years to when we met and then just be like, nah, I'm not going to do that right. Think of how much happier I'd be. Maybe, no, but then you'd be really sad. You'd probably be dead. I feel like I saved your life.
The weight off of my shoulders, that would be...
Don't you think I kind of saved your life?
No, Josh, I don't think
you don't think really? No. That's crazy. I feel like I definitely saved your life.
Okay, Josh.
Yeah.
Let's be okay. Do you think I saved your life?
In a way.
Oh my God. Okay.
In a way. Well, you kind of and when I say in a way, I just am I used to think I had hit rock bottom, but then I met you, and then I was like, oh, it could get so much worse. It's actually pretty good.
This is wild. This conversation is wild. Okay, here we go. Here's some other people's answers, which some of them are sentimental, but I'm not going to read those ones. Sorry. Chelsea said Helen Keller. And of
also
course,
a quiet lunch.
Yeah, but I had to obviously ask why, because I was like, okay, now tell me why. And she said, because then if it came true, I'd know if she was real or not. I obviously wouldn't get anything out of her though. Yeah. It's a fake. People think it's fake, right? A few people said Helen Keller because they're like, I want to know if she's real.
Yeah. What is the whole thing? Why do people think it's made up?
Because she apparently flew a plane.
Oh.
And to be honest, how were
People think Stevie Wonder's not blind.
I know. We've talked about this. I think it's so crazy that, I don't know.
He probably can make out shapes, or something, but it's not
Yeah. Because there's a very small percentage where people are completely
100%,
blind.
Yeah.
But also, she's deaf and blind. And it's how do you learn?
Back in the day, they would say deaf, dumb, and blind.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah.
I don't
That's
think
what they say about
dumb.
Josh now.
Yeah.
But she would sign in your hand, but how would she know what? It doesn't make sense. Nothing makes sense. But anyway, so that was Chelsea's answer, which I feel like a lot of people will agree with that one.
Shout out Chelsea.
Also, somebody texted me yesterday and they were like, I will never forget doing an interview. And I was interviewing a girl and we asked this question in our interview. Yeah. And she said, Hitler. And
why did people say that to try to be edgy?
No. And she goes, why? There was 2 people interviewing her and she was like, why would you say Hitler? She's like, I don't know, just to ask why he did things and why. And the other girl goes, I think it's pretty freaking clear why he did what he did.
You obviously, did you not have a history class in high school?
She said she didn't get hired. That is so weird to me.
That should be weird. That's a weird thing to do.
Yeah.
Why did you do it?
Yeah. Why did you? Why?
Why?
A lot of people said Brailey Linderman, which is me. That's so flattering. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah. I've been to lunch with her. All you're going to see is.
She is such a fucking liar. Maddie said Jesus H. Christ.
Oh, H. We're going formal. Herbert. Jesus Herbert Christ.
Yeah. That's
a great. I thought she would have said me, but.
Y'all have already been to lunch. I'm sure it
That's
wasn't
true.
that memorable. So she's like, never mind.
Yeah, it was kind of quiet. We ran out of things to talk about.
Anna, our friend Anna said probably Snoop Dogg.
That would be a good one.
Which makes
I feel
total
like
sense.
she's into that. But yeah, exactly. I know why. I know why she said Snoop Dogg.
Coey, my friend Coey goes, myself an hour after, so I could tell myself what is about to happen. That's a good one. I think this one's good. Robin Williams.
Dude, when you think about Robin Williams was such a big part of our childhood.
Such a big part.
That song by Noah Gunderson, Robin Williams, is so sad.
There's another girl wrote a song about Robin Williams, but it wasn't centered around Robin Williams. It was centered around like how the happiest people are. Like,
yeah, it's kind of like that with Noah Gunderson's song too. But then at the end is like when you think of Robin Williams at the end of his rope, like it's sad.
That's sad. Yeah, I remember when he died. My CrossFit coach at the time.
Nobody said me in this. Why did they?
I don't know.
Maybe because it was on your story.
Yeah, probably. When Robin Williams died, I remember my shit CrossFit coach, and I'll call him out. He's a shit person. I don't like him. Anyways.
Say his name. Say his number.
I can't.
Dox him right now. What's his address? What's his family's name?
No, all you know is that he was a shit person.
Why is he? What did he do?
He was, one, he cheated on his wife multiple times.
Okay. Welcome to the 21st century.
I know a lot of men who don't cheat on their wives.
Oh, oops.
Anyways, I remember one time I was wearing like spandex, like shorts, and I was doing like, I don't know, something. And he literally and I'm sorry, but girls, we can't help if our spandex like right up. Like that's just how it happens. He gathered like all the guys in the gym and go, come here, come look at this. Look at her camel toe.
What? That's crazy.
And I looked down and I was like, one, I don't have one. Two, that is
crazy.
Disgusting. Like he was just a disgusting human being.
Yeah, that is crazy. I will say, I don't think guys would openly tell you that if they cheat on their wives or not, but yes, I do.
Yeah. But I know, but the thing is also like girls are like FBI agents. I am sorry, but girls can find anything by just giving a first name. I feel like we would know more about it.
You could find it just by like a picture of someone's ear. You know?
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Actually,
women are very good at,
I saw a video of this girl. She found this guy. She saw this guy at a bar, and he was so cute. Are we dating
the same person?
No, and he was so cute, but it was blurry. She's like, I don't know who he is at all. And her friend was like, give me like maybe less than an hour. Less than an hour. She found that guy's Instagram.
That's crazy. I'm pretty good at like sleuthing. Like I'm pretty good at it.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I don't have that.
If a girl has an inkling that she's being cheated on or something like that, they will never stop until they find out. Yeah. So yeah, that's why I'm saying that I know a lot of men who don't cheat on their wives. Okay. This one, Tyler Bridges said me, like himself.
Oh. I think you could do that every day if you wanted to.
And
I think with that answer, you might be doing that every day.
Probably. Tyler Banks said Sam from India. And this guy,
Sam from India?
Shout out to Sam from India. Remember on the podcast when we talked about chat roulette and like Omegle and stuff?
When you guys went on there.
Yeah, we went on to chat roulette, which is now a dating site pretty much.
Yeah.
And you can like swipe right or swipe left on people you want to talk to. And when we were in a writing session, we got a guy, Sam from India, and Tyler talked to him and sang him, "Wish I was back in Texas." You know SpongeBob? The ocean's no place for a squirrel.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
With Sandy?
Yeah. Let me see here. Freddie Mercury.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Paul Walker. Oof.
Speaking of, Freddie Mercury had a lot of beaux himself. He was married to a woman, but they lived in separate houses, and he was just banging a lot of dudes.
Doesn't that suck though? Like that sucks so bad for them back then because like being gay just wasn't accepted at all pretty much. So these men or women would marry the opposite sex and be like, yeah, I'm happy. And they're not. And so then they have to hide it. And then.
Yeah. I don't know. I think for whatever thing you have in your life, you can find somebody you could work out some kind of partner deal with. You know what I mean? I think like that lady, she had a lot of security and things like that. Eventually she like moved on, and got married to like somebody she loved or whatever. But like, They had an arrangement, and you know
No,
what
I know, I understand that, but
Yeah.
I mean, like in general, though, there were a lot of marriages back then where
there's
they
still a lot of
couldn't.
marriages.
There
like,
are.
yeah.
I know. It's
There's
really
still,
sad.
We live in the South, you know, like
I know.
that's happened so much. Like where places like, you know, Atlanta's one of the biggest hubs of
Oh, my dad's calling
of people on the down low.
Hey, Dad. Josh and I are filming our podcast. Do you want to say hi?
Hey, Josh.
Hey,
You're on our podcast right now. Do you want to tell us anything?
No,
You got-
I just need you to call your loving dad.
Okay,
Ah.
I'll call my loving dad whenever we're done with the podcast.
she doesn't do that often. I know
Shut up.
that's her problem.
Get out of here.
Okay.
I call my dad every day.
Wait, Dad. Question.
Yeah.
If you could spend a day with anybody dead or alive, who would you spend the day with? Hello.
Probably Abraham Lincoln.
Oh my
I said the same
Yeah,
thing.
of course.
And Josh is like, "What's your obsession with Abraham Lincoln?"
She talks about him all the time.
We like the man.
Abraham Lincoln. Yeah, probably Abraham Lincoln.
Exactly.
Oh, all
I would
right.
have said Karen Carpenter, but
Oh yeah, the
you know, I thought
Carpenters,
it was
man.
Weird.
I love the
Yeah.
Carpenters. Karen Carpenter, very talented drummer who played a lot of instruments actually, but
She did.
yeah, very
Did
talented.
you also think she was cute?
Yeah,
No, I never did.
she struggled with anorexia for many years.
Aw, that's all right. Well, you know a
yeah,
lot
I
about
was
her.
sad. She was just a phenomenal. But Abraham Lincoln, I would love to just get his thoughts on
Yeah.
things.
See, that's
And,
weird because I said I would like to spend the day with John Wilkes Booth, but
You're an idiot. All right, Dad. I'll call you whenever we're done.
Okay, sweetheart.
All right. Love you. Bye.
let's see, buddy.
Oh man. Or even Abraham Lincoln's wife. Like, was she
Martha?
crazy? Yeah.
Is that her name? Was that her name?
Martha Lincoln.
Yeah, right?
Martha Lincoln. I think
But
so.
wasn't that also Washington's wife's name? Martha Washington?
I don't think they had really original names back then.
Yeah, they're all Martha to me.
They're all Martha to me. But yeah, I think that in general, I was even looking on Reddit, like what people were saying, and mostly it's, you know, huge historical figures of.
Yeah. I don't
Just-
know why. You know, I mean, they say never meet your heroes, and I agree. I've met a lot of heroes. Sucks.
Who's the worst celebrity you've ever met? Spill it.
Worst celebrity I've ever met.
Spill it.
I'm trying to think. Well, I just like the thing is like I wouldn't say like there's necessarily like one that like super stands out to me, but I will say it's always disappointing.
Yeah.
It's never what you wanted to be.
It's not. It's not.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to think of like, I don't know. I haven't met Dolly yet, but we've passed in the night, you know,
Yeah, I feel like
shoulders.
Dolly will be
She would
exactly
be-
how you think she
Yeah.
is. Like,
That
you
would be
know,
one.
like Betty White is the
Yeah.
same. Ooh, I would love to
yeah.
have
If Betty
a day
White,
with Betty White.
that would be a good one. She's so funny.
I remember meeting
I love the Golden Girls.
a famous country
actually-
singer.
Lost my virginity to one of the Golden Girls was on TV.
Oh my God. Okay. Keep that in. Anyways.
It was really quiet. I said it really quiet, so maybe people didn't hear it.
Thank you for being a friend.
Yeah. I got to thank you, and it was done.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm like,
welcome.
no, thank you. Did you go?
Was that great for you?
Because I did.
I met a country artist that I really, really liked. And she's really large. Well,
She's a big lady.
no, like her status is pretty big.
Oh.
And her being like, wow, you have the worst personality.
Oh. Reba.
No, I love Reba.
Oh, I forget
I'm
that you guys,
rewatching Reba
you guys hang out all
again.
the time.
I know. Well, no, I didn't. But, you know, like I said, I love Reba.
Courtney used to book her old place, you know, I don't know, wherever, out east or whatever. It's a wedding venue now. It's Cherokee Dock or whatever it is. Yeah. I don't know. It's just-
Yeah, I don't. But the best celebrity I've ever met is still to this day Steven Tyler.
Oh, he dated a 14-year-old. So,
Oh,
yeah, sorry.
how old was he? 18?
No. No. He actually legally adopted her too, so
No
he could take
way.
her with him on the road and stuff. Yeah.
Is this like real?
Yeah.
Real?
Yeah. Check it
Like,
out.
It's on Google and
Yeah. Check it out.
it's on like
Yeah.
reliable sources.
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
Check it out. I mean, that's probably why he liked you too. He's like, do you have a dad?
Yeah. I was Steven Tyler, 14. Once had a 14-year-old girlfriend that her parents, what is it? So Fucking Cool magazine. I don't. Steven Tyler, 14-year-old girlfriend.
I mean, look it up.
The Aerosmith autobiography published in 1997 references the relationship, the apartment fire, and the abortion. Tyler refers to the girl as Diana, and she was 14 at the time they met in his memoir. However, he says she was 16, and he writes about the fire,
16.
but not
It's
the
all good.
abortion. How old was he? 1975. So how old was he?
I don't know.
I would love to know that. Because regardless, it's gross.
Yeah. It's like Jerry Seinfeld. He dated when he was 38. He dated
What?
a 17-year-old.
He was 27. Gross.
Yeah.
That is so gross. Here's the thing, though. Like, what is it
Don't
about?
meet your heroes, like I was saying.
Yeah.
Trust me, if you have somebody you look up to, I will ruin it for you.
Yeah. What is it about men loving young women? I think it is so creepy.
I think it's a historical, like that used to be more normal, like when you would marry off like your,
Yeah.
like when you used to, like when there was like kings and kingdoms and shit, I think like that was, older men used to get married off to really young women or whatever. Like, but it is gross. Like,
It's seriously, guys, like even a 21-year-old has no business dating a 14, 15, 16-year-old. Like,
Yeah.
If you're in college, you honestly have no business dating a high schooler. It's just not, you shouldn't.
like, I think the times where like the age gaps stop being weird is like, once you're out of college or whatever, and you're, like
Kind of
you're
in the same life.
you're
style.
a 25-year-old with a 32-year-old. Maybe that's not as bad.
But if you think about it, it's like when you're in middle school, high school, college, your life is so different from all of those. Like that,
right.
And outside of college, like there's just, I can understand you still being in college and getting like your graduate and stuff like that, but you just have no business doing it. You don't
even talking about like because like my middle school was like 6th, 7th, 8th, but we were talking about like Parker, his middle school was 5, 6, 7, 8th, and I'm like, that's crazy. Like a 5th grader being in school with an 8th grader, like those are such different times of life. Like I could not like imagine those things like mixing together well at all.
Like I think it's gross that like Kristen Cavallari is dating that 24-year-old. Because to be honest, like he is in his prime of his life and like doing whatever, and she is she's not outside of her prime. She's incredible. She's still doing a lot of great things, but like you guys are not in the same life cycle at all. But here's the thing that's crazy. We're going to talk about periods. Ready?
Okay. Well, we don't have any time to talk about it.
Okay. Yeah, we don't get plenty of time. So somebody was testing out like all the different things for periods. And one of them, the only time her cramps felt better was when she was using a tampon, which is so annoying.
That's weird.
And she said the cup actually made her cramps worse. I don't know why. There's something, and I agree, because even like the organic tampons, my cramps are worse.
Maybe they like all the lead or whatever's in. I don't know. Whoopi Goldberg makes a some kind of cannabis thing for period cramps.
Love that.
Yeah.
Like on a tampon?
It might be. Yeah.
I've always thought you guys should put like, Advil or something inside a tampon.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Yeah. I mean, you should just soak them in vodka and just pop them up there.
No, I've never heard the history of that. Tell me about it.
Oh, really? You never heard? The male or female equivalent of boofing is, like...
What is boofing?
Is when you take alcohol up your ass, like when they just... Because it's a quick way to absorb, but women will, sometimes in college will soak their tampons in alcohol and then put them up there because there's a lot of, it's a quicker way to get in the blood.
And what time period was this?
Yeah. This is like right now. There's
Josh,
probably somebody at Alabama University doing it right now.
Can honestly tell you right now, I don't know one girl in my life that has ever soaked her tampon in vodka and put it up inside her.
Welcome because I know a lot of them.
You're also from California.
Yeah, I know. It's all euphoria.
But the butt chug, yeah. Didn't somebody die from that in a fraternity?
I don't know. Died a hero, I guess.
Oh no! Oh, poor guy.
That'd be an awkward funeral.
Yeah. Like,
he died doing what he loved. He was the king of the butt chug.
But it was like part of the initiation, what do you call it when you hazing?
Hazing, yeah. Oh, that's another one. John Hamm, he almost killed a kid. And when he hazed, he like set a kid on fire and like literally almost killed that guy. But yeah, people don't talk about that very much. He was
what the fuck?
I think he beat him almost to death. Yeah.
Guys, fraternities are a cult.
So are sororities.
So are sororities. I agree. Guys,
yeah.
We just learned the worst news ever.
What is that? I don't know what the worst news is.
I'm about to tell you.
Okay.
Southwest is going to have assigned seating now.
Oh, I don't care. I like assigned seating. Southwest is my last choice on airlines.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I like assigned seating. I like knowing. I already like have such travel anxiety that like I like to know exactly where I'm sitting. Like it's just another added like, and also like I normally like. I'll splurge for a first class seat, So I also don't like that there's not a first class in Southwest, and
you would hate Spirit.
yeah, for sure I would. I'm sure though, with Spirit you pay a little bit extra, you get to like be the co-pilot or something.
Yeah, you actually get to fly the plane for like maybe $5 extra. You get 5 minutes flying the plane.
But yeah, I don't know. I just get I get travel anxiety, so I like to know exactly like what the game plan is. So
yeah.
But we flew out to California. We did fly Spirit Southwest because they had a direct. And it was cool. And I flew back with a musician. This guy, he's starting to blow up right now. His name's Knox. But cool guy, really cool guy. We sat together, and I think he just did. It's interesting. I think he did a song with Hardy recently, but he's not a country musician at all. Like he's on tour right now with the band Camino.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I love Southwest because I was telling Josh that I can literally just pay an extra $10, $15 and get in the A group.
Early bird access.
And then I get in that exit row seat by the window and spread my legs.
That's the first class seat of Southwest. She does... She's reverting back to her old ways.
Like out, not open. Yeah. I spread them out this way.
It's called stretch. I stretch my legs. You spread them a lot in college, though.
Michelle, no, I didn't. I did not do that.
This is not. We're not dedicated to an audience of one. It's not all about Michelle.
Yeah, but Michelle's listening, and she is an avid listener, and she is
watching.
Our biggest fan. No, I do like Southwest. The only thing I don't like about Southwest and like Allegiant and Spirit is that there is no onboard entertainment at all whatsoever. So if you're on you're
raw dogging it, that's what they say now.
Days.
You're raw dog in the flight. That's what all the new thing is. So I'm
flying.
Like, people not know the origin of raw dogging. What that means? Because like I'll see like old moms be like, I think I'm gonna raw dog this flight. I'm like, you do not know what you're saying right now,
girl. No. Flying back to The Voice after battle or after.
It's on your phone though. You get the in-flight.
We didn't have internet.
Oh, why?
Their internet was down. So for 4.5 hours, we just sat and we had a book, but I finished my book. Like we just sat there. Like this is the most boring flight I've ever been on.
Yeah, you should. You should be like, you guys should have broke out in like a Glee scene and like done the whole thing. Like when people do it on planes and you're like. They hold people hostage. I saw one time like somebody just started leading worship on a flight, and people are just looking around like. who's gonna make this stop right now?
Like that is so crazy.
To
to me.
hold people hostage on a plane and be like,
Wait, I have a question. So earlier, this just made me think of it. When you said that you would give the death penalty to people who talk on speakerphone at dinner.
Yeah.
What is the difference between talking on speakerphone? I've not done this, by the way. Talk on speakerphone at dinner and talk to somebody that's in person.
The person is not there, and I feel like normally there's some kind of like we get nonverbal cues when we're in person. You know what I mean? Like I can talk to you, and you can almost like kind of read my lips and things like that. Like, but like when you're talking to somebody on the phone, there is none of that. So I feel like people constantly are trying to speak louder than they would at a like if they were in an in-person thing.
Okay.
And it just feels there's something about like another person not being present, but like a bunch of other people are present around you, like, and I don't know. There's something about that. Yeah, but I would
What
say
if they were on a FaceTime call?
Oh no! See, I think that's even worse.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I know somebody who does that, and they just did that the other day, and I was like, "We're in a restaurant, and you're just like," and I was at lunch with this guy, and he's just like FaceTiming people, like while we're at lunch.
What if somebody was like, had like AirPods in then, and they were like on a FaceTime call, like almost like having a date with somebody?
Yeah, that's pretty normal.
Okay.
That's fine. Yeah,
I'm just wondering.
I would accept that. No, I would say it's normally people compensating for like the volume, like unlike when.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because right now Tom can only talk on speakerphone because his phone is broken.
Wow, Tom needs a lot of new things right now. He's
okay. You know that underconsumption like trend going on right now on TikTok?
No, but what is it, like, kind of like
It's
minimalist?
just like but not even minimalist. It's just like people who have who literally use things until they can't use it anymore.
Which I respect.
I do too. I think that's great. Like, I think you should do that. Like, you don't need a new car every.
We live in a throwaway
year.
culture.
Yeah. So Tom has had his car for 11 years.
Yeah.
Then we have his phone. He didn't want to get a new phone. So he took my old phone knowing that the speaker didn't work on it.
Yeah.
And I got the new phone, but he's like, it's fine. It's cool. He doesn't care. And then it won't charge now, but he can sometimes get a charge. He goes, it still works. Like, he's that type of person, which I love him for. I love
Simple
that he does
man.
that.
Yeah.
But I have to like buy him clothes because he will not buy new clothes.
Yeah, he wears his work clothes.
Yes.
You know, like,
all his socks have holes in them. His boxers have holes. And I'm like, babe, I love you so much.
And
but
you're not
hey,
really like a homemaker, so it's like hard for.
I'm not a homemaker. Tom really downgraded with that one. Like, we don't even cook dinner together.
Yeah.
But it works because Tom is a garbage disposal.
Yeah, that is good. He's just like, whatever has protein in it. Just
yeah.
gives me that.
He used to only eat like turkey burgers. That was his
Yeah.
thing. But now he's been eating these like grain protein bowl things.
Okay.
They look yummy.
Yeah.
Smell horrible.
Oh, really?
Yep. Yep.
What are they, like a pre-made thing? That
No,
like,
he does it all. He makes all of he does
What
it with
is the
chicken
grain
sausage,
in it?
quinoa,
Quinoa.
and he has lentils, and he'll do chickpeas and bean, like all in one. I'll have to take a picture of it and send it to you. It's kind of gross.
That sounds like the the stuff we feed Bo. You know?
Yeah, honestly, your dog would love it.
No,
My 11-year-old nephew FaceTimed me the other day, and I was like, "Look what I made in the crock pot," and I was like showing him what I made. He goes, "That looks so good." I was like, "Now look what Tom's eating," and he goes, "Ew, like, that's gross. That's gross."
But you know what? Tom's in great shape.
Yeah, he
Look
looks
at-
yummy.
yeah.
He's just a yummy man.
Okay, I don't know if I'd say that.
He's
also,
so
his
yummy.
mother's watching. You know?
Michelle, he's yummy.
Gross.
He looks so good.
That's gross. I don't want to hear about that.
Actually, we cut this. I accidentally touched his bare ball sack yesterday
Did you? Accidentally.
because he was like laying on the couch and I was just like rubbing his leg and I was like mindlessly scrolling on TikTok and I just went too far up his shorts and I was like, was that your ball sack? And he was like, yeah. And I go, oh.
It's kind of like a Laffy Taffy that just got left in a car.
I'm sorry, Michelle. Oh man, it was gross.
It is weird. That's weird skin. It is weird. It is kind of labial, I guess, in like when you think about like how like we're all start as women kind of thing, you kind of see how it all like forms.
That is true. We all start as women, if you guys didn't know that.
Yeah, it's true.
The clitoris just turns into a penis.
That's true. And actually, if you ever like transition or whatever, because my friend I don't think she'd mind me talking about this, but her brother transitioned and started taking testosterone, and the clitoris actually becomes elongated and kind of turns into like a little mini penis. Yeah, when you take testosterone. Yeah.
That is so weird.
Yeah.
That's crazy that he could do that.
Yeah, it is weird for sure. Like, yeah, kind of weird. And just like, yeah, like even like the line down the middle of like a ball sack, you know, like that's like where your like opening would be.
You know, if I am being 1,000% honest, I have never actually like observed a ball sack.
No, I've observed so many. I grew up playing football.
I really, because I just pictured you with a mirror being like,
no, not my own, but I mean, I guess I catch a glance every now and then.
ew.
Yeah.
You know,
aren't you supposed to do that? Like when you're like, they say to do, there was something part of like to get to know yourself as a woman, or what? That was part of the
like
whole
looking.
thing. You had to take the mirror and like look around down there. Or,
we used to have
did you feel like disconnected from it? I guess, or what? You know, like
I guess I just remember that, and a lot of girls, if you listen to this, you'll know we had an American Girl doll book or American Girl book, and it taught us all about like being a girl and womanhood. We all had it. It showed you how to insert a tampon.
Really?
It showed you the anatomy of a woman. Yes.
Really?
I just saw it at Barnes and Noble today, and I was like,
whoa, throwback.
yeah. And I remember getting to the tampon, and I was like, Mom, this is porn. Like, I was like, oh my God.
Wow. Yeah. That's crazy. I didn't know that. I remember seeing like textbooks and things like that, but I don't know.
No,
yeah.
I'll show it to you.
That's interesting.
We all had it.
But yeah, that little line down the middle of the sack. That's where
kind of looks like a hard-boiled egg.
my
when it's
opening would
be. This book right here. The care and keeping of you. Huh. Yeah, it shows you how to put a tampon in. It shows you like food, nutrition, your feelings. It's just one of those books.
When was it written? Because I think I wonder if the advice is a little dated.
I actually think, okay, so I was probably 7 years old when I saw it for the first time. Yeah. Oh, wait, the 25th anniversary. So
I wonder if they've updated it or if it's just like,
no, it's like the same exact thing. No, we all had it. Have you tried
taking Quaaludes?
Yeah, no. Yeah, so I accidentally touched Tom's ball sack.
Yeah. Well, you are married, so I guess it's okay.
It doesn't have to be an accident.
Yeah, it's fine. Nobody's going to arrest you for
accident.
It. We're not. Yeah, you really Bob Rossed your way out of that situation. Just happy accidents.
We did laugh for like 5 minutes about it though, because it was just weird.
That's good. That's what being married is all about.
Mm-hmm. Also, yeah. So poor Tom. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Tom.
Yeah,
we've had a lot of great guests on this podcast today already. My dad.
Yeah. I know. People are just jumping in. I wait until we get those voicemails up when people can call in. And
I know. We do
leave
do
voicemails.
That. I also will say that Tom and I finally finished Boy Meets World.
Oh, yeah. I remember you texted me like at like 11 p.m. and said that I've been asleep for 3 hours at that point.
And I've seen the last episode of Boy Meets World probably 4 times, and it makes me cry every single time. I don't want to know what it is about Mr. Feeney being like, I love you all, class dismissed.
Yeah.
Instant tears.
Wow.
It was so sad.
Yeah. It's even sadder to just look at him now because he kind of looks like a ball sack now.
You're not wrong. Poor guy.
I know. He's old. He's very old. He definitely dangles in the toilet.
Oh, gross. Anyways, is there anything else? Like any new things that are happening? Any
I don't know. I'm trying to think. No, I think I've just been really busy. I've been working. I've been signing new artists, which I'm really excited about. Yeah, I haven't been making a lot of music or anything, but I feel really fulfilled. Like I've kind of stepped back from music. It was actually a little sad the other day. I went in my like home studio and I was like, I haven't been in here in over a month. Like I just haven't been in here. Like and I have beautiful equipment. I'm just so lucky to have like all the stuff I have and like, but yeah, I just haven't been doing it, but it's okay. It just ebbs and flows. And I've just really been okay with like not making stuff right now because I just feel like when I do, like that's when it will be the right time to do it.
Yeah. And when you do take a break and you come back to it, it ends up being like even better than you had,
Yeah.
which is, we were just talking about this in our write yesterday. On my end, I've really liked what we've been writing recently, like what has been coming out of the writing rooms, which is so helpful and feeling validated and stuff. Because before I was just writing just to write, and I hate that.
Yeah.
And we were talking.
I know. That's kind of my problem with the whole, like, everybody here, you know, writing so much. I'm like,
well, here's the thing though,
man.
like there's a girl I follow on social media who writes like 3 times a day.
yeah.
I won't say her name. And she has a publisher and all this stuff. And we were talking about how like, okay, but what good songs come out of all of those? Because
Right.
if I book 2 a days, like my second write is not going to be as good as my first, because you're putting in a lot of brain power or whatever.
Right.
Anyways, I just found out that in a seminar with her publisher, they brought her up and they were like, there are writers who write for quantity and there are writers who write for quality. And we'll just say that this writer definitely writes for quantity and not quality.
Yeah.
And I'm like, ow. First, they even said her by name.
Wow.
And you're like, okay, so she's posting this and like being like, look at me, look at my life. And in reality, even her publisher is like, it's not
too
even
much.
good shit.
Yeah.
And that's sad.
Yeah.
That's sad.
Yeah, you can. I mean, you definitely, and you have to think about it like, we only have so many words in a day. We only have so many thoughts in a day. We only have, and to dedicate like your brain to that, like you have to think after a while, you're using muscle memory to write. You're using like a word bank in your head to write, you know what I mean? And that's why I think you do get a lot of songs, like, especially out here, that sound so similar, that are like using similar melodies, you know, they're checking all the boxes of the words you put in a country song. And like, it's just like, you're writing from a word bank, you know? And like, and sure, that has its time, but like, it's never, those things will never necessarily be iconic, because it's just like, iconic things are usually things that break the mold, you know, they go against the grain.
Yeah. And people are too like caught up on this idea of double meanings of stuff. And like it is
people
like,
love that. Like,
but the thing is that you can't make everything a damn double meaning.
I know.
And
It's almost so cheesy now. Like when it's, to me, like when it's like,
and also like, I'm sorry, but sometimes the best songs have the best simple landing lines. Just
I've
like
always thought, like, I mean, and you know that because we've written together, I feel like a good bit. And like, so like, I've always thought, simplify it the best way you can. Like always try to simplify,
Yeah.
Like I think, cause you're broadening your audience too, like when you simplify, but like also I think a lot of you know, like, especially when old people are at the end of their life, they're like, it's the simple things, you know what I mean? Like those are the things that matter. And you're like, oh, so that is like, if you're listening to the advice, you're like, that's songwriting advice right there. Like it is the simple things that stick out. It's the simple things that end up mattering. It's like, how do you boil things down to the simple things?
Yeah.
Like,
I remember one of the first advice I ever got in Nashville was like, when you're writing, remember that people who are listening need to understand it.
Yeah.
And there are some ways that you can write where it is super artistic, but also like the meaning is definitely there and you understand it.
I just try to think about like all the songs I like. I'm like, they are so simple, you know what I mean? 'Cause I listen to like a lot of oldies and stuff like that. And like it's so simple, but it's so good. Like, and that's why I think I like melodies so much too, is because like the melodies are usually really good, but like the meaning and the idea is simple.
Yeah. And really I honestly feel like that's why Zach Bryan is so popular right now, because all of his songs are literally just like, we went to go clean up my grandpa's house.
Yeah.
Like, okay, cool. We done that before. Yeah. You know, and I was listening to, obviously we all know Love Noah Kahan. All of his songs are so simple. They're just put in a really cool melodic way.
Yeah. Like even Stick Season was like a joke, you know, like for him, like, and then people gravitated towards it and it became such a huge song. Like, but you know,
I also have
because even that line is like, Doc told me to travel, but there's COVID on the planes. Like that's such a moment in time. Like that was in, you know, the 2020, you know? Like,
and I'm so over the double meanings though.
Yeah,
and
I know. People are trying to be so clever and I'm like, oh man. Like,
yeah. And also in writing rooms and space, like, well, I want that like double meaning. Is there a way that we could spin it? And I'm like, why do we need to? Like, why do we need to?
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense to me why you have to do that for every song. That's such a Nashville thing to do.
Yeah.
Nobody else does it.
It does. Yeah. It is.
LA's like, no, just say what you want to say.
Yeah. Right.
So.
And I don't know. There's power in that. But yeah. What about you? Do you have anything else going on?
No, I actually just sent the shoot that we did for Silent. I ended up sending it back to get remixed because like not remixed, like a remixture of it because something wasn't sitting well on me and I was like, I can't, that's not a way to say that.
It's fine.
Wasn't sitting well with me.
Yeah.
And so I had to send it back to go get it remixed because I was like, I would hate myself if I released this and it just wasn't exactly what I wanted. Yeah. So we're doing that. But you know what? It's fine. Just one more week of not uploading it.
Yeah, it's fine. You don't. The thing is there's nobody at the record label who's like, you need to have this out at a certain time.
Yeah, I can do whatever I want.
You're doing your thing. Like you have nothing to subscribe to other than what you're doing, and you're doing what you want to do.
Exactly. And also, I've had a great week of writing too. Every write that I've come out of, I've really loved what we've written. So
that's cool.
That's exciting because that never happens.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't really do co-writes too much anymore, but I'm excited. I think I am going to start doing it.
But you're really good at writing by yourself.
Oh, thank you for saying that.
I
appreciate that.
Not a lot of people are. It is an art that is lost.
I think it's because all my heroes are, the old-timey people who did that.
But I am your hero.
Yeah, that's true. You are my hero.
Did you ever know that you're my hero?
I forget the line.
I forgot all about it.
That's it. But yeah, well, I guess that's kind of it. So,
that's it.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for listening. Is this episode 13?
Yeah,
Yeah,
13.
This is episode 13. Wow. Very exciting. Get your hat. I guess just DM us because we don't really have an online store set up. So, but maybe eventually, maybe when we get to episode 20,
maybe we could open up a little shop on Instagram or something. TikTok?
Yeah, I think those are all through Shopify though. But yeah, so thank you so much for listening, and we'll be back next week and the week after that, and
the week after that,
and the week after that,
and the week after that one,
and that week after that one,
and then we'll be done.
And then we'll be back after that.
All right, guys. We love you.
Thanks.
Say you love them.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, God. Please, not another podcast.
Yep.